Okay, good afternoon. Well, it's still morning, but by the time everybody sees this, it will be afternoon. Good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to another edition of Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Monday, the 15th day of April in the year of our Lord 2019. The Liberal Democrats have one thing in common with each other. They want to stay in their ivory towers where everything works out the way they want and the money never ends. But with that, neither does the stupidity of their actions or reality that keeps butting in. First off, being a leader in Washington, D.C. should not be a career. It was not started out that way. Our leaders then, when this nation was founded, would only come to Washington to do legislation, and then it was done. They went back home to work their jobs. The trip to and from Washington was on their dime, and they didn't get paid for anything except the time they spent in Washington working, and that wasn't much. And it ended when the legislation was done. But we now have people like Oprah Winfrey, and hello, Maury, good to have you here, who has now told blacks to vote Democrat because their ancestors were denied the right to vote. Okay, let's start this out with that one. Their ancestors were denied the vote by the Democrats. We fought a war to stop that. Now the Democrats are fighting against the American people on one other thing. Our border is one big porous opening for illegals to run to, provided by the Democrats, and like I have said before, sadly, a lot on the Republican side, because in their warped ideals of that ivory tower I started this with, they have no concept of what they are doing. They have one duty and one duty only, and that is to make legislation to keep American citizens safe. Not illegals who break into this country, or Islam who are taking parts of this country and making it their own with their own laws. To hell with our Constitution. Democrats care nothing for the American people except for two things. They love the power over the people that they have in those ivory towers in Washington and the pay they get for it. And they also love wielding that power. Common sense has nothing to do with it. Nothing else matters to them. The laws they are passing should tell us all that. From the abortion laws they are celebrating to gun control laws, which are illegal according to our constitutional rights, and the illegal immigration, which is nothing more than an invasion into this nation, and our sovereignty as a nation on that one is at stake. And now to remove the liberal blindfold, folks. Tom Rowland, the second author on my blog, Wise Conservatism, wrote a piece called Sanctuary Evil that puts this whole thing on the illegals in a perfect light that the liberals should see too, if they would just open their eyes. But sadly, they won't. This past week, President Trump announced that it was being considered and reviewed that overcrowded detainment facilities would be relieved by releasing, by court order, the illegal immigrants into sanctuary cities and states. Of course, the leftist mayors, governors, and various Congress critters predictably howled and with outrage, charging the president with almost every accusation under the sun. And hello, Len. Good, Lon. Good to see you there. Quite frankly, I'm sitting back with equal parts of being amused, laughing, and somewhat sad. The amused and laughing parts are at the amazingly nova bright in your face hypocrisy of the left. For the past couple of years, they have been screaming about the inhumane conditions and cruelty of the illegal immigrants being kept in detainment centers. They have touted the benefits of the illegal immigrants, diversity, increased economic prosperity, and lower crime. When it's announced that they may get more of their cherished illegal immigrants in their sanctuary cities, then they scream about the inhumanity and cruelty of releasing those same illegal immigrants into cities that have been publicly proclaimed, proclaimed themselves as being open and welcome to illegal immigrants. So which is it, open city or closed city, good illegals or bad illegals? President Trump has the left holding their pants up in a corner that they have put themselves in with no way out. It's about time someone has shown these morons what hypocrites they really are. The sad part comes in a couple of categories. First is for the immigrants themselves. Most, not all, are looking for nothing more than survival and better life. I fully understand that, but that's where my sympathy ends. Crashing through a country's borders and then having to look over your shoulder for the rest of your life is no way to live. You would always be illegal and probably always being taken advantage of as well. There are better ways to do this, the right way. The second are for the citizens of the towns, cities, and states, mostly in California, that have declared themselves as sanctuaries for the illegal immigrants. I don't know if the citizenry voted, approved of the sanctuary status for their locations, but I'm fairly sure that once the influx hits, job availability will go down, wages will go down, and crime will go up. I'm sure that once the pain hits, the citizens will want change, but I'm not wholly sure they will connect the actions of their elected officials with the problems and vote someone in that isn't a liberal Democrat. What is evil about this whole situation is that liberal Democrats have put their political power above their sworn duty to serve the citizens that elected them. They are using the illegal immigration issue as part to solidify their hold on power. By using this issue, they are using the illegal immigrants and people to further this agenda. In other words, they are hurting thousands of people, citizens and illegals, to acquire power. Folks, this is a type of cynical evil that I'm appalled at. I hope that the people in these cities, towns, and states stand up to this evil and shout, enough. We and can these twits as soon as possible. The sooner they wake up, the better. I have my doubts that will happen anytime soon, but that's another rant for another time. Thank you, Maury and Lon, for being here. But we are here to push the facts that the lying liberal lamestream media leaves out. Facts that change the story from what is right to what the left wants, which is never right anymore. Truth, justice, and the American way are the things that will continue to keep this country a good and great country. God bless America. God bless our troops. And as always, we will not be ruled. Have a safe and blessed day.